morning, everybody. Today, let us see the auditor's qualification and disqualifications. Who is an auditor? You all know the auditor is a person who is appointed by the company to check the accounts. We all know the shareholders or the owners of the company, but they cannot take part in the management. They appoint the directors. They take care of the management of the company and they show the profit and they present it in the annual general meeting. But the shareholders are always in a doubt whether it is true, and the statement of the accounts, the profit or loss, balance sheet, everything shows or represents the true and fair view of the accounts, or it's just a window dressing. So somebody must be there for them to check and say. An outsider to satisfy the auditors is appointed. The shareholders, when the auditors report, they see the auditor's report, they are satisfied that okay, everything is right. An auditor is a person or a firm appointed by the company to execute an audit. He may be an individual or he may be a firm. He may be an individual or he may be a firm appointed to check the accounts, the statements, and present a report. That report is called as an auditor's report. When the auditor just gives the opinion, if at all something is wrong, he will mention in his report. Then the shareholders will take the necessary effort to change the directors or take action against the directors. Okay. Next, we'll see who is just also qualified to be appointed as an auditor. Who is just qualified to be an appointed. The qualification of an auditor. Just now we are going to see the qualification of an auditor. The qualification of an auditor is mentioned under Section 226(1) and 2 of the Companies Act. First, we'll see what is the qualification that is mentioned under Section 226 subsection 1. In case of an individual, he should be a chartered accountant. In case of an individual, he should be a chartered accountant. That too, he must be a chartered accountant under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. Yes, he should have cleared and he should be a practicing person. Yes, he should be a practicing person. Yes, under the Chartered Accountants Act. Am I clear to you? Yes, that is the first qualification. If he is an individual, he will be just also, he should be a chartered accountant. Everybody will be knowing who is a chartered accountant. Okay, the yes, within the meaning of the yes, he should just also hold it that particular certificate he should just hold it, that he is practicing auditor. He is a practicing auditor. Okay. The next one we are going to see is, if at all, now we saw, if at all he is an individual, he should just also possess that particular certificate. Okay. In case he is a firm, firm means you all know that all the partners, that is actually a partnership firm. All the partners must be chartered accountants. All the partners must be possessing the certificate chartered accountants. They should have cleared the examination chartered accountants, and they should be practicing that also chartered accountants in India and within the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. Am I clear to you? Yes, within India, that is under which act? Chartered Accountants Act 1949. This is as per section 226 also subsection 1, which is which section? Section 226 subsection 1. Am I clear to you? Okay. The first, and this in case he is an individual, and second one in case also if he is a firm. Okay. Now also this we will see. Yes, if another qualification is there, yes, in case also if he is, again, yes, the qualification is, if at all he is just possessing a certificate, if he is just possessing a certificate issued by the central government, that is under restricted state auditors rules. That for this actually was a rule is prior to the enactment of Part B State Laws 1951. Okay. This rule will be, the certificate rule will be changed from time to time by the central government. So the person holding the certificate issued by the central government can also be an auditor for the company. Am I clear to you? Okay. Yes, so there are 3 qualifications. The number 1 is, he is, in case if he is an individual, he must possess the chartered accountant CA CA certificate, and then he must be a practicing chartered accountant. And second one, in case they are a firm, all the partners must possess CA, and they all must be a practicing chartered accountant within India. And third one is, yes, they can be a person holding a certificate under the certificate issued by the central government, and that act also was also before the enactment of the Part B State Laws 1951. And this from time to time, and also the central government will be, yes, changing the rules. Okay. Now we'll see what are the disqualifications. What are the disqualifications? When there are qualifications, there may be some disqualifications also. We will see what are the disqualifications. Okay. Yes. Okay. What are the disqualifications? Body corporate, a company cannot audit any other company. A body corporate or a company cannot audit any other company. A body corporate or a company cannot audit any other company. Yes, an officer or employee of the company cannot audit any other company. Okay, but a body corporate or a company cannot audit any other company. A body corporate, a company cannot audit any other company. An officer or employee of the company cannot audit any other company. A person who is either a partner or employee, employee of an officer or employee of the company cannot audit the company. A person who has taken a debt from the company for an amount exceeding rupees 1, so not 1, 10,000 rupees cannot also audit the company. This 1,000 rupees cannot audit the company. First we'll see the disqualification of the company. Now we are going to see whenever there is a disqualification, there may be some disqualification of the company disqualification of the company auditor. Yes, disqualification is dealt by section 226 subsection 3. First disqualification is a body corporate or a company cannot audit any other company. An officer, second one, an officer or the employee of the company cannot audit any other company. A person who is either a partner or employee of an officer or employee of the company cannot audit the company. And the fourth one is a person who has taken a debt from the company for an amount exceeding rupees 1,000 cannot audit the company. Okay, now we'll see the next one is a person who has taken guarantee of another person who has taken a loan exceeding rupees 1,000 from the company cannot also audit the company. A person who holds 1,000 shares, who holds the shares or debentures of the company cannot audit the company. Next one is a person who is disqualified from being appointed as a body corporate, or a person who is an employee of the company, a person who has taken or who borrowed the money for more than 1,000 rupees, a person who has taken the guarantee from the company, like this. And so these person cannot be an auditor of the company. In that case, and so these people cannot be the auditor of it. Of its holding company, the company's holding company, or the company's subsidiary company, or any other subsidiary company of the holding company, The person who is not eligible to be an auditor, cannot be the auditor for the holding company, or cannot be the auditor for the subsidiary company, or he cannot be the auditor for the subsidiary of the holding company. Am I clear to you all? Okay, so we have seen the qualification and disqualification of the company. Thank you. Yes, in case of any doubts, you just also can clarify it to me. Okay, thank you. Tomorrow we will see the duties and responsibilities. Thank you.